she's suffering in silence. Basically, I woke up this morning, right? And I thought to myself, I'm really glad I was born a man. I don't know why it just kind of hit me, you know? Yeah, we don't have as many people hitting us up who want to talk to us. Yeah, we don't have as many friends. Yeah, we're not as popular as women. You know, we don't get into all the parties they get into and get as many likes as they get on Instagram. But I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? I'm really, really glad I'm a man. And let me tell you guys why. Let me tell you what I'm talking about, right? So, you guys got to understand, right? Even though women are, on paper, women are winning right now, you know, they have the jobs, they have their own apartments and stuff like that, right? They're independent. The standard of what being successful in America, or even in all of the West, the standard of what being successful is still masculine, right? Getting a job, earning money, getting promotions, you know, buying cars and houses, these are all masculine things, right? These aren't things a woman was ever really meant to do by herself, right? It's not natural. So it creates an extra level of stress on her that she can't handle. You see what I'm saying? Men, we can handle all the tough stuff that life throws at us, and it doesn't spoil us. It doesn't make us hard. Well, actually, it does make us hard, but that only makes us more attractive to women, right? But a woman who goes through life by herself and gets the career and finances a house and all this stuff she does by herself and working overtime and working these jobs and climbing the corporate ladder, yeah, it makes her hard just like us, but it makes her unattractive. It makes her more unattractive, and more men repel from her. Men don't want career corporate women. We don't want a woman we have to fight with, right? So she's essentially killing, and here's the thing, at the end of the day, all she wants is a man. I don't care what they say. She wants a man, right? So everything she's doing is destroying her dream, right? She's doing all these things she's forced to do because men these days, we can be complete lazy slobs and get away with it, right? So there's really no punishment for us being lazy. No one cares. If I leave the house and a stained wife beater and a white wife beater with like a ravioli stain on it, and I go out in public, no one's really gonna give me crap for it. You know, if a girl goes out in public in a white shirt with like a big, you know, orange stain on it, everyone's gonna be looking at her like, what the hell is wrong with her, right? As men, I don't think we understand how much we get away with. We really don't have to do anything anymore. Like in the past, we had to, you know, be on our P's and Q's and always be looking sharp and making sure we're providing and, you know, we are like alpha men. But these days we get away with being so mediocre, and the pressure is on women to be like what we used to be. And they're not built for that, right? They can't handle it. So they have to suffer in silence because they're not allowed to show that they are unhappy with the way things are, right? Because they have to announce that they're proud feminists, and even the girls that don't want to be feminists, if they go against it, they get attacked by the feminists. I've seen this happen. I've seen girls that like will decide to make one little comment about, you know, wanting to be a traditional woman, and like a horde of angry feminists will just come at them and butcher them. As men, we can almost say whatever we want, and either no one will pay attention to it, or a few guys will be like, yeah, that's true, or a few people will say like, no, that's stupid. But when a woman does it, she'll have the whole world coming at her if it goes against the narrative, right? So she's miserable, right? She's working a job she hates. She has to keep, you know, keeping up with her friends, keep posting pictures she doesn't want to post. I see a lot of these girls that I'm with, like, they don't even want to post the Instagram pictures, right? They feel like they have to. Like, they feel like they're obligated to. Like, it's like they've been told they have to do this, and they don't even want to do it, right? So she's forced to live a life she doesn't want to live, right? And she has to pretend like she's happy at the same time. She's not allowed to complain about it. She has to smile. See, people, you know, even though women are doing masculine things, women are still expected to look pretty and shut up. They're still expected to look happy and pretty and shut up. People don't like it when women complain too much. People don't really help them as much as you think they do. As men, we can be miserable, we can be mopey, we can just be whatever we are, and we're not going to pay as much of a price. Now, unless you're in like a, you know, like at your job and you say something very outrageous according to the political norms, like, you know, men are better than women, even though it's true. If you say something, yeah, you're going to catch hell for that. But for the most part, you can just be like a mediocre little like guy, and nothing really bad is going to happen, right? But women, they are expected to eat crap and smile at the same time. And I know this because I'm still friends with some of the girls I used to sleep with, right? Some girls I used to date. We still talk to each other every now and then. And they tell me like they'll be in college, right? And they'll be depressed. And they'll go to the school psychologist and they'll just want to talk, right? And instead of talking, the psychologist will be like, no, I'm just going to put you on some depression medication. And they just send them on their way. Like, no one actually really wants to hear a woman's deepest problems. I think as guys, we think women are getting all these needs met. The beta males, I've had girls that I'm talking to, that I used to sleep with, like I said. And the beta males, if she says, like, I'm really depressed about this or that, the beta males will just be like, cheer up, girl, you're beautiful. But they actually don't know how to dive deep and help her get over these obstacles, the way that, like, a real man in her life could. I actually have girls I used to sleep with that still call me from time to time, and they just tell me, look, like, the conversations we have are so different than any other guy I talk to. They're like, there's just so much depth to you. And when I get off the phone with you, I feel like purified. Like I feel like I've really like learned something and like I'm a better woman. Women tell me this, right? And this isn't some blue pill simping thing. These are women I've already slept with, right? So it's coming from a real place. It's not like I'm trying to get in their pants, right? And they're leading me on. But most of the blue pill men, they don't even know how to do that for women. They just say, cheer up, girl, you're beautiful. So now she's forced to smile and pretend everything's fine. The whole world is telling her she's a happy, independent woman, right? And inside, she's like, oh my God, I'm so scared and alone and miserable and broke. All I want is a real man to just come make me feel better. That's all they want, but they're never going to get it, right? Because, like I said, the men, we don't have to do anything anymore. We can be complete mediocre slobs, and there is no price to pay for it. Really, there's really no price to pay for it. Women have to be happy. They have to put on the front that they're independent. They have to have their makeup perfect and take the Instagram pictures. And they're not allowed to complain and be miserable. They have to keep up the front that they're happy and everything is going great. To keep the lights coming in and to keep up their appearances with all their girlfriends. They have to look like they're doing better and they're happier than all their girlfriends. Really, they're more miserable than anybody. And I don't care what anyone says. Women are 10 times more unhappy than men. Straight up. Yeah, we don't have as many people talking to us and stuff like that, but we don't have to live up to these crazy, ridiculous standards anymore that they have to live up to. The roles have like completely reversed. You know what I'm saying? The roles have completely reversed. You've got more women in college than you do men, and it's only going more and more in that direction. I feel like pretty soon you're going to have more women at jobs than men. I feel like women are going to start supporting men or something like this, and to get ridiculous, right? So the blessing of being a man is, yeah, there's the loneliness that comes with it, but you don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to live up to standards. You don't have to, compete for attention and try to be more popular. And when you're unhappy, you can just act unhappy. You can just talk to a couple of your buddies, but bro, this sucks. I hate this. You can talk to your MGTOW brothers. Yeah, I'm miserable about. Women can't do that. Women have to keep up the happy feminist front. They're not allowed to be depressed, right? They have to suck it up and keep going. And that's slavery. That is absolute slavery to me. And that's why women suffer in silence, And on top of that, they have to keep their appearance up. I mean, if they get overweight or if they have a kid, now they have to act happy, and now they're not even getting male attention anymore. So it's just like they're juggling like, 5 balls at the same time. As men, we don't have to juggle anything. We can just be whatever we want to be. And I'm not saying we're accepted for it, but we're not necessarily punished for it, We can do whatever. I can wear the same outfit 10 days in a row. No one's going to tell me anything. How do I know this? Because I've worn the same outfit 10 days in a row. A woman, she wears the same outfit 10 days in a row. The whole town is going to be talking about her. All the girlfriends, they have to live up. And what are they getting out of this? At the end of the day, all they want is a man. They don't want to be competing like this. But society forces them to compete and really be masculine, right? The standard of success for women is just what the standard of success for men used to be. So it's not like they're even in their own lane. It's not like they're doing something that fulfills them, right? They're competing to be men, They're just mediocre men, and they don't want to be men, but they're not allowed to complain about it because they're being told they're happy and this is what they want, right? And women don't want to break away from the norms. They're afraid to go outside of the herd, right? So they're forced to be, they're miserable, and they're forced to say, yeah, I'm happy, I'm independent, I love this, No, they're more miserable than they've ever been. They're suffering in silence. And it's such a blessing to be a man, to be able to be free to be whatever you want to be, it doesn't matter anymore. No one's really keeping tabs on us. We don't have to do anything we don't want to do. It's really beautiful. I would take this over being that girl any day. You know what I'm saying? Any day. Women are suffering in silence.